All right, ladies and gentlemen, I get to start this all over again because apparently I was on mute, so nobody heard the beginning and the intro. So welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Tonight, they want you to be poor, ladies and gentlemen. You didn't know that already? You put your money in a bank. You give your money to the 401k. You're departing with your money and then you're getting loans. But we're going to talk about all that tonight. SSN Nation says, hell no. That's why I have to always bring you the real deal. And yes, I'm feeling a little bit better, not 100, but we don't need to be 100, ladies and gentlemen, because life is a journey. We're still going to make it happen. We're still going to show up because that's how we do it here. And we want you to win. And we have tools for you to win, ladies and gentlemen. All you have to do is just pay attention. Share the videos. You never know who you're going to help. So I'm going to redo the beginning. And welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday. Stop struggling now. Gear check 2. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. And now there's no beginning because we already did that by accident. I was on mute, so it's my fault. But yes, I'm feeling a little bit better than I was on Friday and Saturday. It was one of those flus, ladies and gentlemen. So protect yourselves out here. Still feeling a little of the effects, but it won't matter. The show's still going down because we're out here trying to help people. It's Christmas time. People out here spending, buying, instead of thinking, hey, wait a minute, are these liabilities or these assets? Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, share the videos because you never know who you're going to be able to help. And then get the people over here also and say, hey, wait a minute, you know you just spent $4,000 on your credit card, $5,000, $10,000. Did you know that you can make passive income for 3 or 4 years potentially off of what you just spent? That's it. And have more than what you spent. So we started a video last week that was a $12 million NFT for $5,000. Think about that. Spend $5,000, potentially have an exit strategy in 4 to 5 years of $12 million. They have the footprint for it. Will it work? Well, see, whenever you put your money out there, that's the kind of thing that you have to worry about. You have to only invest after you do due diligence. But before I get into that, we got to see who's in the house. Because again, Friday night, and CJ's here. He says, we can't hear you, no sound. Thank you so much for that as well. I didn't realize it after I did the intro, but hey, that's why I had to redo somewhat of the intro. Thank you so much, CJ, for being here in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Appreciate it. And again, thank you for that warning. Victor Marrero is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he has the icon next to his name, which means he's a member of the channel, not just a subscriber, ladies and gentlemen, a member of the channel. You know what that means? He can actually join me on the screen anytime he wants as a member of the channel and talk about anything live if he prefers. He also gets special messages under the community tab as well. But his tagline, he brings one of two. Hello, all. Let's do this. And that's what we do here, ladies and gentlemen. Make your mind think, and then you have options. Without making your mind think, you think you may not have options. So again, Victor Marrero also mentions, Eric, you are on mute. Well, there we go. Thank you so much. Laverne Penix is here with the icon next to his name. Thank you so much for being here in the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And also known around here in these parts, Mr. Cool has just now checked in the house, and he brings his tagline. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. The market was pretty good today. I got the trailer notification. Thank you so much for reminding me. Who also received the trailer, who saw the trailer and received the notification. Thank you for reminding me, Mr. Cool. And yes, the market, like I said, 1929 to 1930, it's in effect. Goes up for a few days, then goes down. Goes up for a few days, then goes down. It's what it's going to be right now, ladies and gentlemen. But you can pick certain things that you think you should be invested in. So I'll just say right now, electric vehicle stuff. It's the future. You can get those dirt cheap right now, just like you can get Tesla dirt cheap right now. Let's call it what it is. This isn't rocket science. They're not smarter than you. You just don't want to take the risk. That's all. I can't blame you, though. It's hard out here. It's real in the field. Kim, Cham, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. I appreciate you being here with the thumbs up. I love it. And everybody, smash that like button. Give it 2 smashes. Tell your friends to come over and smash it. Tell them, you know what? I'm getting tired of you guys blocking the SSN Nation because they're trying to help everybody. Well, see, therein lies the problem, because they want you poor. They don't want you out here investing in assets that make you money. They don't want you out here getting passive income so you can travel the globe and chill out and still check your phone every now and then and go, hey, I need to make sure this order goes out. Hey, I'm making money while I'm playing. They don't want that for everybody. They need you at the job, ladies and gentlemen, to make them wealthy. Or we just create our own business to create our own wealth. That's the future. Otherwise, I hate to use these terms like slave, but I have to use the term in 2023 terms. Because if you only make a certain amount of money, and that certain amount of money covers your living, your food, your electricity, a roof over your head, a car, and nothing left over, that means you have to show up to work again every day, 5 or 6 days a week. And when they say, hey, it's mandatory overtime, you have to say, goody, goody, because I need the extra money, because they're not going to be paying you no $50 an hour. Sure, there's people that get paid $50 an hour, but that's not going to be 100 million Americans. You can forget that. They need you to work, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Here we keep going. Glad you're feeling better. Can't keep an investor down. Exactly, Victor Marrero. That's exactly what we try to point out when we start talking about dividend investing, because it doesn't even matter. When I have ORC, O is in Oscar, R is in Robert, C is in Charles. That's a stock, ladies and gentlemen, earning 16%, more than 1% per month, by the way. 16% annually on your money. IEP, the Icon Fund, 15%, again, 1.3, 1.2, 1.4% on your money every month. And you get to compound, because some of these funds give you dividends every month, which means you get more stocks, which means your dividend increases, a la Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger. But you can do it now, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be unheard of in the future. 15, 16, 17, 18% return annually from a dividend stock. Come on. What are you waiting for? I'm just giving you some signals. I see we have gremlins in the system. It's all right. Yes, got the YouTube notification and trailer. That's 2 people. Thank you so much, Victor Marrero, for letting me know. Ingrid Liriano, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. I greatly appreciate it. Hello, how are you? I'm doing fine. I was ill over the weekend, but that doesn't stop the show. It still goes down because we have millions of people to help. Because this next time, when things go down, you guys are all going to be looking for lifeboats if you don't have things in place. And what are those lifeboats going to look like? Well, you're going to be going to family members saying, hey, can I stay here? Hey, what do you have over here? Can I get some food here? Grocery stores may not have food. You might not be able to pull monies out of ATM machines. They might be using crypto money that they can track all of your cash, and they might be saying you're restricted to only X amount of money that you can withdraw or send out of your exchange, or whatever the case may be. You never know what's going to happen. But the point is, once you get rid of your money and give it in the hands of somebody else, you've given up total control. That's why you don't leave money on exchanges, ladies and gentlemen. And by the way, about damn time they arrest Sam Bankman-Fried. I'm just like, so it took you a month. Anybody else would have been locked up day 2. All right. Oh, and Stanford, shout outs to you, California. You got rid of his parents on the faculty. Thank you. Appreciate that gesture as well. All right. Thank you again, Ingrid Lariano, for being in the house tonight. Much appreciated. How's everyone doing tonight? Showing some love. She's a part of the SSN Nation. God bless you. God bless you as well. Thank you once again. Now, I'm going to do something a little different tonight. Here's what I got for you guys. Because, during my downtime, it just so happened it was like, these old Wall Street movies. I don't know if you guys saw that with Douglas, Michael Douglas, Charlie Sheen, Wall Street #1. But that's not the thing. Wall Street #2 is after the meltdown, the Great Recession, otherwise known as Money Never Sleeps. And it's very, very interesting that Michael Douglas, and I got to give a shout out to Oliver Stone, he's actually portraying what happens. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. What he's talking about, this is freaking crazy. This is from okay. First of all, you guys, if you don't know, movies are usually made 1 or 2 or sometimes 3 years before. So the fact the movie's released in 2010 and this is the speech, you're going to have to check this out. If you have kids, you might want to know the first sentence. We are screwed, except he used the F word. Exactly what happened. So this is 2010. I'm going to play this 4-minute clip because this is exactly why I've been talking to you guys for 4+ years while people are still running around going, my house is worth 50%, 100% more than it was 3 years ago, acting all loosey and happy. Well, as your house comes down in value, you're not too happy that you bought at the height or near height of the market, right? You're not going to be too happy if you don't have passive income coming in. So let's see what he has to say. This is 4 minutes of brilliance. And quite frankly, I just have to admit, it's one of the reasons why I actually started the channel, because of this. I just got tired of everybody getting screwed over unnecessarily because they didn't either know the information or was a little bit fearful and didn't know where to go down or look around. And that's what we're trying to do here. So check this out. 4 minutes. And I put it in the SSN Nation chamber, video chamber tonight, because there's one thing I left out. Because remember, I told you I like what Deion Sanders has done for the Colorado, and he's gone to Colorado for bigger and greener pastures. And there's one thing about prime time I love. Play me my music. All right. But here's it goes. We're going to play the Wall Street Never Sleeps. This is when Gordon Gekko is at a college talking to college kids, right? And they're all sitting in college. When you go to college, you're spending all this money and you're sitting there going, this is how it's going to make me rich. Wrong. This is how they're going to make you work for them. And so they can pay you. Let's just say you're a stock guy and they say, we're going to give you $250,000 a year as long as you sit in this office and trade for us. And if you're not successful, we're going to boot your ass out. They don't hardly mention that in college, though. All you see is guys driving around and Wall Street stuff and hotels and cars, and you're thinking, oh, they got the life. Yeah, well, they only worked there 2 years because they got fired because you have to keep being aggressive, keep being a winner. And that's very hard to do in the stock market because there's no constant. Stocks go up and down. Businesses go up and down. There's just no way. But there's the thing. You're making money for the company, a bigger percentage than what you're getting. So they don't really care. You got them where they needed to go. You can be dropped off. So that's the same way this is going down now. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you have any kids watching this, the first words is you're effed. All right. But here it goes. Check this out.
You're all pretty much fucked. You don't know it yet, but you're the ninja generation. No income, no job, no assets. You got a lot to look forward to.
Blood, buddy, is gonna be your blood.
Someone reminded me the other evening that I once said greed is good. Now it seems it's legal. But folks, it's greed that makes my bartender buy 3 houses he can't afford with no money down. And it's greed that makes your parents refinance their $200,000 house for $250,000. And then they take that extra $50,000, they go down to the mall. They buy a plasma TV, cell phones, computers, an SUV, and hey, Why not a second home while we're at it? Because gee whiz, I mean, we all know the prices of houses in America always go up, right? And it's greed that makes the government in this country cut the interest rates to 1% after 9/11. So we could all go shopping again. They got all these fancy names for trillions of dollars of credit. CMOs, CDOs, SIVs, ABSs. You know, I honestly think there's maybe only 75 people in the world who know what they are. But I'll tell you what they are. They're WMDs. Weapons of mass destruction. When I was away, that's what they are. It seemed like greed got greedier with a little bit of envy mixed in. Hedge funders were walking home with 50, 100 million bucks a year. So Mr. Banker, he looks around and he says, my life looks pretty boring. So he starts leveraging his interests up to 40, 50 to 1. With your money, not his, yours. Because he could. You're supposed to be borrowing, not them. And the beauty of the deal, no one is responsible. Because everybody's drinking the same Kool-Aid. Last year, ladies and gentlemen, 40% of all American corporate profits came from financial services. Not production, not anything remotely to do with the needs of the American public. The truth is, we're all part of it now. Banks, consumers, we're moving money around in circles. We take a buck, we shoot it full of steroids, and we call it leverage. I call it steroid banking. Now, I've been considered a pretty smart guy when it comes to finance.
That's fantastic, man.
And maybe I was in prison too long, but sometimes it's the only place to stay sane and look out through those bars and say, hey, is everybody out there nuts? It's clear as a bell to those that pay attention. The mother of all evil is speculation. Leveraged debt. Bottom line, it's borrowing to the hilt. And I hate to tell you this, but it's a bankrupt business model. It won't work. It's systemic, malignant, and it's global, like cancer. It's a disease, and we gotta fight back. How are we gonna do that? How are we gonna leverage that disease back in our favor? Well, I'll tell you. 3 words. Buy my book.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 3 words. Buy my book, except you don't have to here. For 4 years, we've been bringing the pain for all these people out here trying to steal, take, whatever they could do to get your money. And at all turns, you've had a reason to reject that course. The traditional course, put your money in a bank, give your money to the 401k fund, give your money to, well, help the pension fund so we can pay people that have already retired 10, 15, 20 years ago, except there's no guarantees. Just like he said, the beauty of it is nobody's going to jail after they done leveraged up everything. They used your money. Sounds familiar. Anyhow, let's get into something. Speaking of going to jail, let's talk about this because we're about to get into some crypto stuff because we have to get into the cash flow NFT. But first, we're going to show some stock market activity because here's the headline of the day. This bozo here went to MIT, remember, the smartest schools on the planet, along with his executive team, the CEO, knows people in the government, his dad and mom and families associated with Stanford Law, and it's messy. Finally arrested in the Bahamas. What did he do, ladies and gentlemen? He created something out of thin air because you were buying his FTX token. Then he turned around and leveraged that FTX token and borrowed against it. And then, as it turns out, took your money on the FTX exchange and decided to just go play around with buying and selling stocks, shorting stocks, doing all kind of stuff, taking big L's. He didn't go to MIT to trade stocks. I can guarantee you that. Nobody on his staff went to MIT so they could trade stocks. That's not a thing. All right. These guys are supposed to be going to MIT, so they're going to another business like a Goldman Sachs to work there in a regulated environment. So he said, forget the regulated environment because I can make billions of dollars a different way. I'll just create this FTX token out of midair. Well, he worked until it didn't. But how many people lost tens of billions of dollars because of him and his exchange and his cohorts? And oh, by the way, Binance, you're not going to be immune from this neither. All right. Let's just call it what it is. CZ out here always acting like he's the man. Well, no. CZ, you bought 500 and some odd $1 million of his FTX token to help prop up the price. And now you're over here acting crazy about it. All I'm saying is, you guys, get your money off of exchanges. All right. It's not doing you any good to keep your money in a bank, keep your money in an exchange. It's not going to do you any good. In fact, your 401k, change it into your own 401k. Take the money, transfer it over to Fidelity, solo 401k, TD Ameritrade, do your own 401k. Get a little more knowledge. That's what we try to get you to enlighten yourself, learn a little more because you can do it. These guys aren't smarter than you. All they get to do is manipulate the stock market. They're not smarter than you. Just like Bankman did it, just like Goldman Sachs has done it, just like JP Morgan's done it. All these guys have basically done things to the market, like gold and silver is being manipulated, metals being manipulated. All right. All of this is manipulated so the top dogs stay in top dog position, but you don't have to play on the monopoly board. Them days are over. This is why they have to rein in crypto, because you never know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It's that simple, that easy. So anyhow, it's one of those things that we're talking about tonight. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go into a debt box, or shall I do cash flow NFT, so some people know what I'm talking about. And by the way, before we get any further into this, the Dow futures are down. The stock market was up today to start off the week. All right. It did start off the week. So I'll show this because we might as well get into it. Some people didn't know what I was talking about earlier. It went up 500 and some. Some people were like, what's he talking about with regards to these dividend stocks? So let me see if I have this. ORC. Let's do it this way. Here we go. ORC stocks. Here we are. Orchard Capital, 18.23% dividend on this investment of $10.53. I do this all the time. If you're new here, IEP stock. Check this out as well. Again, 15.83%. I is in India, E is in Eric, P is in Paul. That's the Icon Enterprise common stock. That's right. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. So you think you got to give your money to these guys so they can give you 9% a year? Really? 10% a year? Really? 12% a year? Really? You would have this on, it could be Webull and Robinhood. You can have it somewhere you control. So, and you can withdraw. So I'm just saying there's no reason to have it in your 401k, which automatically puts it into, if you try to withdraw, they're going to take fees out. So you can't withdraw it in reality, but you can set up a 401k where you can trade stocks. All right. TD Ameritrade, like I said, Fidelity, like I said, Charles Schwab, another option. Okay. Let me go with Jeppy, shall we? Let's do what we got to do here. Jeppy, so everybody can stop messing around. Jeppy gives you $6.25 annually. That's going to be about 11%. That's JP Morgan. They're one of the top dogs with the banking system. So I'm confident with JP Morgan, quite frankly. But again, oh, wait, 12%. Sorry, it's moved up. 12%. 12.5%. This is beautiful. All right. Just think about it, ladies and gentlemen. It's one hell of a ride if you can get in on it. 12, 15, 16, 18%. I'm just going to make it short and sweet right now. That's it. All right. Now, you want to get into something new because money never sleeps. How do you get into something where money never sleeps? Well, if a store is making money like Walmart 24/7, gas stations could be 24/7, ATMs 24/7 because of transaction fees, point of sale systems 24/7 because you're at a store, online 24/7 like Amazon. If you can make money 24/7, just think about it. How do you get in this game? Well, here's how you get in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out, because I'm going to tell you right now, if you can't afford this, we have a group economics plan, and now we're $1,500 away from the NFT after you see this program, this little video here. Let's see, it's 4 minutes, another 4-minute video, ladies and gentlemen. Check it out.
If there was a way you could have partnered with Elon Musk before Tesla, before the Model S, before SpaceX, and before Elon became the world's richest man, would you at least have wanted to know how? If there was a way you could have partnered with Jeff Bezos when he was planning Amazon.com and it could have made you a fortune, would you at least have wanted to know about it? Well, what if there was a fintech company today that is about to capture major market share worldwide, where millions of people will be using its breakthrough technology and you could make an absolute fortune? Would you at least want to know about it? At the same time that we are experiencing record inflation, gas prices through the roof and headed towards a recession, the move towards crypto adoption worldwide is picking up pace, and the evidence is all around us. Big names and big money players are jumping in the game like crazy. The Staples Center, where the LA Lakers play, is now the Crypto.com Center. The Super Bowl, the most expensive commercial time on television, featured 6 cryptocurrency ads. Tom Brady, Matt Damon, LeBron James, and Larry David all made appearances in them. Facebook changed its name from Facebook to Meta. The rapper Eminem bought a Bored Ape, an NFT, for $450,000. Warren Buffett invested over $1 billion in a Brazilian crypto bank. Coinbase bought Bitcoin Turkey for $3.2 billion. You know what they say, success leaves clues. Whenever there is economic change in the marketplace, there are economic winners and there are economic losers. It just depends on what side of the equation you end up on. They also say that timing is everything. How would you like to get in on the next big thing? Are you ready for a miracle? How would you like to own a piece of Miracle Cash and More? The first to market brick and mortar crypto stores, crypto on the street, with stores in every major city all over the world. Unlike the faceless online competitors that have no phone number to call, no physical address, and no one to talk to, Miracle Cash and More stores are fully regulated, licensed, and our wallets are insured by Fireblocks. At Miracle Cash and More, we own our own cryptocurrency exchange. We own our own stablecoin. We own our own ATMs. We own our own merchant terminals. And guess what? We get paid on every single transaction. The secret, if you want to call it a secret, is to get involved before the whole world knows about it. Position yourself in front of the masses before the masses react. Here's the current offering. There are only 1,488 shares of the Master Franchise Agreement for all of the United Kingdom. Each share is projected to profit over $100,000 in year 1, $200,000 in year 2, $400,000 in year 3, and $100,000 in year 4. We have an exit strategy that projects a payout of over $10 million per share. And what does that cost to you? A one and done payment of just $5,000. And of course, you can buy as many shares as are still available. Now the question is, do you at least want to know how? I sincerely hope so, because the best is yet to come.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if that didn't get your eyes popping wide open, well, it should, because this is United Kingdom. That's 3 countries, by the way. Scotland, UK. All right, that's 2 of them. Anything that happens with regards to those products, you receive a portion of. Now, $5,000 is a lot for some. Some may do a different route. They say, Eric, I don't have the $5,000. You might say, okay, well, what they did at Cashflow NFT, they said you can sign up as a free affiliate, then you can refer other people and we'll give you 10%. So you do that 10 times. Not only do you get the $5,000, but now you become a 1-star in their global program, which means you get a monthly check because you signed up 10 people. That's an option. Doesn't cost you anything to become their free affiliate. And then some of you might say, well, is there another way to do this? And yes, because we have an SSN Lifestyle sister property, because we want people to be able to get in on this. So what do? CEO founder says $250 is the minimum that you can put in. You can put in up to $1,500 at the moment, because that's all that's left. We're up to $3,500. So it has to be $250 increments. You can use your debit, credit, checking account via PayPal, Venmo, or crypto USDT. All of that you can pay and use and get in. And the percentage you put in is based on the $5,000 NFT. You put in 500, that's 10%. They pay out monthly starting next month, hopefully, because they still have 300 NFTs left. As soon as they run out of that, there's only 1,488. As soon as they run out of that, then that's when they start paying out monthly. They already have the store being prepared right now in the UK. The second store location has already been found. They signed the lease. So they're going to build out more stores, more ATMs, more profit. And you want to get a part of this. So we have the group opportunity plan. Or you can put in the 5,000 to buy your own NFT and be solo on it. Or you can go with the free referral system where you can earn 10% commission and do it 10 times, and there's your 5,000. Or you can just do it to make money. Take your pick. The link is down below with Miracle Cash and more. It's that simple. If you want to get on the group, then that's called Cashflow NFT 5,000 business opportunity, and that takes you to the SSN Lifestyle website. Now, let's see who's in the house tonight. A3 Saval is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. Thank you so much for being here in the house. And he says, hello, SSN family. Let's get these investments. Just got back from some travel in Canada and Europe. Right on, A3 Saval. Everybody should get to some Canada and Europe traveling. Got new YouTube Globe Life Lex. Okay, well, that might be a shout out for Globe Life Lex coming up. We'll have to look into it, but lovely. I love to hear this. Traveling around, you might as well take advantage and show people what you're doing. Jawway J, welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. He says, hello, SSN Nation. Eric, glad you're feeling better. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm feeling a little bit better. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you being in the house tonight. And thank you for letting me know that you received the notification and saw the trailer. Much appreciated. Everybody, if you saw the trailer, please let me know. If you received the YouTube notification, please let me know, because they're light on that duty, ladies and gentlemen. And therefore, this is why I always ask. And if you're watching this from outside of the United States, please chime in. I'd love to hear from you. James Way, the rent is too damn high is his tagline. And good evening all, and welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday with the icon next to his name, which means he's a member of the channel. So if you guys come back on Wednesday night, you can't get in the chat room. Only members with the icon can be in the chat room on Wednesday night. So if you have any questions, you might as well ask them tonight, because unless you're a member, you won't be able to ask on Wednesday when we're going to be talking about something else. And maybe then you might have a question about what we talked about today. Then you're going to have to send me an email. I'm Jan. So thank you so much, James Way, for your support. Thank you so much for being here, and good evening to you. And the rent is surely too damn high around here. That's why we're going to be buying a home, ladies and gentlemen. 2023, the second half, till the first half of 2024, somewhere in there should be the sweet spot. 40, 50, 60% off home prices. And again, I'm debunking the theory that people are thinking these hedge funds using your money is going to go out here and buy up thousands of homes. No, make that millions of homes. They will not. They don't have enough money. They're going to have to borrow. Do you really think they're going to buy millions of homes and buy them at today's prices and then they go down 20, 30, 40% more? You know what they do, ladies and gentlemen. They borrow, they leverage. You saw the beginning. Gordon Gekko told you about the derivatives, leveraging. They're going to buy the homes. They'll buy the 15,000 homes. Then they're going to turn around and go to their favorite banker and say, hey, you know, these 15,000 homes, they're worth $5 billion. Who'll give me $2 billion right now? And they'll say, we will. So now they leveraged it. So when the house goes down in value, all of a sudden they get a phone call and they're like, that $5 billion value is down to $3 billion. We still want to maintain the right percentage. You're going to have to kick in some hundreds of millions of dollars here to make sure this stuff is right, because we're not sinking with your ass. And then the next thing you know, they don't have the money. And now they're calling up somebody else saying, hey, can I get a loan for 500 mil? And now they're borrowing from somebody else. So all of this is a little situation where it's just a line going downhill. And eventually the buck's going to stop somewhere. And at this point, crypto has done the damage with SBF. All right. Victor Marrero says, for the 401k, I would agree to personally manage anything above the company match. That's what I am doing. If the company is matching dollar for dollar, then invest to that. Exactly. Very, very good information there, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody can argue against that. If your company is matching, you need to make sure you're putting in the maximum that you can do for their matching. Only that. Anything after that, you need to have your own. Your company can go out of business. Your company could be a takeover target. And yeah, I'm still going to pick on Steve Mnuchin. You're damn right. Because you guys don't understand, history repeats itself. So in the sub era, 2006, 2007, 2008, Sears is going downhill. But Sears has a freaking pension fund. And not only does Sears have a pension fund, there's banks holding notes for houses in California from the elderly. This guy who ends up being the Treasury Secretary of the United States is evicting old people because he's calling their notes due so he can get their homes, because the homes were valued more than what their mortgages were. So they said, oh yeah, we know some 75 years old not going to come up with $300,000. We'll just call their notes due. And since they can't pay, we'll take them. Oh, we know Sears is going to go out of business, so why let these guys get their pension funds? Why don't we just raid this place and take their money? Oh, but first we'll act like we're kind and gentle. Why don't you guys take an early buyout? Nowhere near what we're going to get after we retire in 5 years or 3 years. What are you talking about? Why would I do that? Because we're going to steal your money. See, ladies and gentlemen, don't be fooled by giving your money and your leverage away. And that's how you stay poor, because your whole life you're giving your leverage away, because that's what you're taught. Go buy a house. It's a liability, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody paying you to live in your house? No, they're not. Somebody paying you to drive your car around? If they're not, that's a liability. Those are the two things that most people want to get. The most expensive things: homes, cars. Next thing you go down the line is clothes, so you can look good, so you can feel good, right? But those are, you might as well just throw those on the cement, because after you buy them, they're worthless. And then people go, oh, Eric, I'm just going to get the Louis and whatever else, Gucci's and all that. So then at least I keep some sort of value. Yes, that's value. But again, are you going to sell it? Still not making any money from it. Some people out here right now buying Louis, Gucci, spent $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. They could have bought an NFT and have checks coming in for 4 years. having a buyout plan where you could be worth that one thing, not only checks coming in at thousands of dollars per month, but also a buyout clause that could be worth $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $500,000, whatever the case may be. You can't get that with your Gucci or Louis. You can't get none of that. Yeah, sure, you look good. Great. So what? People need less to look good. All I'm saying is you're caught up in the matrix. You're in there thinking, oh, this makes me better. You're not better. You're just poor. Because unless somebody's paying you to wear that stuff, then what are you doing? Like I'm saying, all right, get your heads right, ladies and gentlemen, because things are going to hit the fan here. Don't be fooled. All right, Eric, what movie is that? Wall Street 2, Money Never Sleeps. That's the college scene that he has. And it's 2010 is when it came out. But like I say, movies are usually made a year or two before. Then they sit in the can for possibly another year. So it's probably made in 2007 or 8. But he's straight on the spot. Just what we've been talking about here. And I just thought it was appropriate. I was like laughing. I was like, wait a minute. This is exactly what I've been saying. He says it in a little bit different way. So maybe people understand a little bit differently. But just like he said, you're effed. All right. Don't think you're going to win, ladies and gentlemen. You can't buy your way out of this. All right. You're not going to be able to buy your way out of this. You have to have assets. All right. Ingrid Lariano with the big smile. Thank you so much. Look who else is in the house today. Mr. Financial has arrived. Curtis Davis with the icon. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And he brings it right around ABMM. Always be making money. He said it exactly right. What can you buy that's always going to be making you money? I gave you some dividend stocks. I'm showing you the cash flow NFT. Yeah, they're all risks, ladies and gentlemen. Everything you buy is a risk. But here's the thing that I can't understand. Somebody's willing to go out here and buy a $70,000 car. The car goes down 30% in less than 1 year, or just to say 1 year. Another 10, 15% to 2 years. You have no problem going out here, get a loan for a $70,000 car that's going to be worth $50,000, $45,000 in less than 18 months, 2 years. But yet when somebody says, hey, put down $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 into something that could possibly make you money while you're sleeping, all of a sudden I got to do my own due diligence, which you should. But all of a sudden it turns into, yeah, I did my due diligence, but I don't think that's right. But did you know when you bought your car, if you lose your job and your revenue is turned off, your down payment, all the payments you made for your car, gone. You bought a house, put down 10, 15 to 20%. 5, 10 years, you lose your job. You miss your 3 or 4 payments. You have equity. Guess what? You're in jeopardy. And these guys do play dirty because they might just say, well, we'll call your note, or we'll just make it a short sale. You can't retrieve this because you're behind by 5, 6 months. We're not going to do any modifications because they know the value of your house. All kind of games are being played, but why put yourself in that position? Because you don't know about all these little games that are played. But here in the SSN Nation, I'm telling you. So this is not going to be any surprise. Curtis Davis, Mr. Always Be Making Money, has his own YouTube channel, otherwise known as Chili Davis with 2 L's, Chilly Davis. He's giving you updates throughout the day. It could be night. In fact, it could be in another hour from now. You just never know when he's going to drop some knowledge on updates on the stock market, on financial news and information that can help you out. He's part of the SSN Nation. You see the icon next to his name. Go show some love. Subscribe to his channel. It can't hurt. Watch a few of his videos. Hit that like button. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. We need to get more of the information out in more ways that people figure out, hey, wait a minute, I don't have to work at a job for 40. What that means, 40 years, 40 hours a week, and then you retire at 60. And yes, you might have $1.5 million. You might have $2 million, depending on how much money you put in somewhere. But at the end of that time, there's no guarantee what the cost of living is going to be. Who thought in 1980 that somebody would be buying cars on a regular for $80, $90, $100,000 like it was no problem? I'm going to tell you guys right now, I was talking with somebody earlier today, and I said, it's kind of interesting. What's very interesting is you remember those Yugos? Yugos were like $2,700. Yeah, they're garbage car. The car company that's still around, Hyundai? You could buy a 4-door Hyundai throwaway car for $4,000. Got great gas mileage, but 2 years, 3 years, it was going to be garbage. You could buy normal cars, 10 G's and under. Here it is 40 years later, and now you have to spend almost the equivalent of a Hyundai 4-door is not no freaking $4,000, $5,000 no more. All right? No car is. You can't buy a Honda. You can't buy a Toyota. You can't buy a car that's built to last for under $15,000 and up. But the cars you really want, they're going to be 30, 40, 50 and up. So you start out 1980, you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to retire. Cool. Well, you retire. Next thing you know, who knew gas was going to be $3? It wasn't at the time. It was 89 cents, $1.05. Bad, worst case scenario. Food, the same food you're paying for now is 10% of the cost back then. So now your meal 5, it ain't going as far as it would have 40 years ago when you first started out. And because you locked in the stock market, depending on when you retire, like there's some people right now that retired this year. Stock market, they had 1.5 million in their account. Stock market went down 20 to 30% depending on how it's invested. You guys not understand? 20 to 30% is significant. If we got 30%, that's 300. We start doing this really, we figure it's 450K gone. You're looking at your account like, wait, I only have $1 million, but I spent 40 years building up to 1.5. And they're like, that's right, sir. And now when you withdraw the money, you might have to pay some taxes on it too. See, this is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. They want you to be poor because you're told to put money into items that you get no return. And it's locked up by somebody else. Again, like Victor Marrero said, you don't want it locked up by someone else. You want to make sure you're liquid. All right, here we are. Here we are. Eric, talking about that. Please find some time to go over how you can become a member and also about the SSN Lifestyle and upcoming events. Thank you, Jaway J. All right, if you're talking about SSN Lifestyle, that'll be actually another video. I should actually do a video on that, which I will do. If you're talking about becoming a member of Stop Struggling Now, this channel, then you'll see a dollar symbol when you're on your cell phone. I still don't know where it is when I'm on my desktop, but on my cell phone, I see a dollar sign. That's how you become a member of the channel and support the channel that way. And SSN Lifestyle, there's different membership levels. There's free because once again, look, we have something people don't understand. You need to make money without having to make investments sometimes. This is why SSN Lifestyle has the free. This is why Flow NFT has free, because you can still refer people somewhere and receive money back. And it doesn't have to be like kibbles and bits. It could be something as simple as, look, right now, there's a Kahana Beach Resort. Yes, it's only December 31st for a week. It's not like December 28th or 27th where you get a few days before the New Year's. You basically get there on New Year's and it's New Year's. But nonetheless, where are you going to get to stay on the beach in Maui for $1,449 or $1,499? And if you refer somebody, you get commission, and it's not going to be $20 like a travel agent, not going to be $25. It's going to be like $100 and some dollars. And it's New Year's in Maui. Just think about this. This is the opportunities you have. We have healthy products, meaning magnesium, K2, all of this, and it's topical cream, right? This is something you can find in stores. There's only 2 companies on the planet that has these formulas or parts of these formulas. All right. So it's not like it's out here all over the damn place. All right. That's the other thing. All natural, made in USA, sourced from USA, everything USA, not from China, not from Vietnam, not from Mexico. No, USA, best quality products. That's all I'm going to say about that. So now you have another ecosystem that you can actually market 3 different products. That's iodine, magnesium, MSM, K2, D3, all different products have this. That right there is a game changer. And once again, you can be a member of that, and then you get to receive extra perks. We haven't been profitable. I will have to say that, because you need more people to actually participate. But there has been 1 month where the bonus check came out. There you go. There's actually bonus money depending on what level your membership is. If you have a free membership, you get no bonus money. It's that simple. But then there's other perks. So we'll get into it on another video because it gets long and lengthy. Here we go. Victor Marrero says system is rigged against us. Exactly. You have to start investing and acquiring assets aggressively or you won't make it. It can't be more clear than that. That's exactly right. It is clear. I don't understand how people just going through life and being like, oh yeah, I got a job. Oh yeah, I bought this, I bought that, and their liabilities. Every year of your paying liabilities is every year that you could have been putting that 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, whatever per month or whatever into something that makes you money. And that's the exact point. It is rigged from the start. That's why you have to go to school. That's why they make sure and say, oh, no, you just can't sign up here. You have to go to another school and get that student loan, because we done priced the schools way up there. And now when you come out and try to get a job and you go, hey, I'm worth $150,000, $120,000, $100,000 a year. They go, man, I can get anybody to do this job for 40 G's. 45 G's, and you're like, wait, I just spent $90,000, $75,000 for school so I can work for $45,000, $50,000, $60,000. I don't care if I'm 21, 22, 23. I just spent 4-5 years, 75 to 125 grand in student loans, and all I get in this is we'll give you a job for 50,000, 45,000, 60,000. How long will that be? People are ahead of you. You just showed up. Nobody thinks like that. So if you're in college right now, I highly suggest that you get on starting your own business. I suggest you get in on how to make and create your own money independent of somebody hiring you, because you might get out there and not realize you graduated. Like, for instance, there's people graduating in December or January, and they're thinking, oh my God, I got this degree. I got this paper. I'm the man or the woman. And then you start looking for jobs, and then you realize, wait a minute, how many schools are there in America? How many more people graduated? How many more people actually have the same degree that I do? Oh, damn, there's a million. How many jobs? Oh, hey, how many jobs are there available for this type of degree in my skill set? Oh, Eric, there's only like 100,000. Wait, but there's a million people that just graduated right now. What about the million that graduated in the summer? Oh, yeah, well, you're going against them too. So wait a minute. What about the previous people that graduated last spring, winter time? Oh, well, there was another 1.5 million of those. So let me get this straight. In the course of a year, there's 100,000 jobs available, but there's 3.5 million people that graduated. And we're all somewhere between 20 and 23, 24. Okay. What does that sound like to you, ladies and gentlemen? Does that sound like a company really needs to look very hard and pay you when there's serious demand for the job? All you have to do as the business is sit there and say, hey, I'm only going to give you 60K. Who's going to take it? And you don't think out of 3 million people who have student loan of who knows what is going to sit there and turn down 5 G's a month. And even though it's only going to be like whatever, 4 G's at the end per month, you think somebody's going to turn that down when they know they have student loans due in 6 months or whatever it is these days? Hardly. So you see, it's not in your favor. Victor Marrero is talking about it's rigged against you. It is rigged against you. So this is why I'm going to give you guys a story. And some of you who's been here for a while knows the story. I'm graduating in business, right? Just overall general business. But what I knew all along was that the system was rigged. So what I did was I started my own company, LLC, when I was a sophomore. And some of you may not know, and I'll just say right now, just for shortness, you guys all know what shopping, TV shopping is now. Well, I was doing a prelude to TV shopping where a guy had a bingo show And on his bingo show on TV, he actually sold products. Underneath it would show products for sale and people would buy products. Well, guess what? He calls me. And I say, hell yeah. I got some Taiwan. I got some Hong Kong. I got some China. I got all of these companies around the world that I can buy at wholesale under $5. Guess what, though? On TV, it goes for $25, $50 or less, $25 to $50. I'm 19 years old. I go to business class. My teacher's telling me, Eric, you read your business book? I said, yeah, I read my business book. And he's looking at me like, okay, what do you think? I think it's bullshit. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, I'm working for IBM. What are you talking? Nobody in here is going to work for IBM. This is pointless. What is this? Is this a joke? Oh, but see, I played sports, ladies and gentlemen. So you have a perceived idea of what a person that plays sports. So now, of course, the teacher minimizes and says, oh, the basketball star. He thinks he knows business. I never said nothing about me running my own business out of my dorm room. Well, actually, I didn't have a dorm. I lived in an apartment, but out of my apartment. And I had roommates. And you guys can only imagine my roommates are answering my phone. And the phone, the guy is saying, I'm the CEO of Yashica camera company. Is Eric there? And of course, as any 19-year-old kid would be, yeah, whatever. Who is this? He's like, who is this? I'm the CEO of Yashica Camera. Yeah, I'm checking on Eric because he's been ordering from us and just making sure the order came correct. So they're thinking it was a prank. I get home. All of a sudden, they start going, hey, man, some dude called here twice talking about he's the CEO of some company in Hong Kong. I said, he is. They're like, what? What are you talking about? We never seen any cameras around here or anything. I said, exactly, because I have them shipped directly to the TV station. Why would I have them shipped to me? Then I got to drive over there? That's a waste of money. So this is all going down while I'm sitting classes where they're telling me what IBM does, what Texas Instruments does, what Goldman Sachs does. And I'm sitting there like, is this the whole time? Is this a joke? Because I said, this ain't how business is done. And they always dismissed it when I started explaining, this is why you don't want to do this, because you're setting people up for failure, because nobody's going to be an executive at IBM, Texas Instruments. And Apple wasn't out at the time, but I'll just use Apple. You're not graduating and being an executive with bonuses at Apple. It's not going to happen. You're going to be like the other million people that graduated with business, sitting there and they'll say, hey, who's going to be an intern? Simple, right? So just think about it. They're setting you up for failure, but you don't look at it that way. You're getting sold down the river, Kool-Aid. If you want to be better, go to college. Now, there are some things that you need to be. Like if you're going to be a lawyer or something like that, you have to be a badass lawyer. Well, you got to handle. You have to go to certain schools, I would advise. If you're trying to be mathematical, then you're going to MIT, for instance. You're going to go to certain schools. If you want to be an IPO, you're going to find yourself in San Francisco because you're in the technology field. That's the place you got to be. All right. So but you're not going to be able to go just to any school. You should be going to Berkeley, Stanford, UCLA, USC. You're going to have to figure out. And if you go to those schools, you're going to owe a lot of money unless you have a scholarship. So again, this is why the system is rigged against you, and they'll hold you down. And even when you're successful, they still figure out a way to hold you down because they change the laws on you. Right? So for instance, I'll give you order stuff from okay, look, everybody knows China now. You could always order from China. Always order from Hong Kong. Hong Kong wasn't Chinese territory at the time. It was still England's. Taiwan is still Taiwan. Vietnam and all these guys, Thailand, all these guys are separate. Mexico, always separate. So you never had a problem. But what do? All of a sudden, they start messing with what you can import in. Because now you're able to compete against the United States makers. United States makers is gouging people like 2 times the money. So therefore, they're like, okay, hold on. We can't allow this in the country no more. So they shut you off. So it's not a capitalist system out here, ladies and gentlemen. When you finally realize it, you're being used and abused, and then you're told to work for somebody else. One of the oligarchs, and if you don't know what oligarchs are, there's only 3,000 billionaires on the planet. There's only 60 million millionaires on the planet, and we have a new record. 8 billion people are on the planet. And you're telling me only 60 million, 3,000 people are millionaires and billionaires. That's it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Do you still have visions of grandeur? Well, you better get your ass working. You better figure out something. You're going to have to get better at what you're doing. You're going to have to figure out, hey, you know what? I better figure out something else because I'm going to have to hone my skills, because everybody has skills. Like right now, I don't have skills like a 20-year-old will have. A 20-year-old for the last 20 years, they grew up, they born in, let's say, 1998. Their whole life, all they've seen is these apps, internet. They know how to play with all that stuff. An older person sits there and go, what the hell is all this? You can do all this crazy stuff, but I don't understand. I hit this, what happens? I hit that, what happens? These guys already know. They've been playing since they were 5 years old, 10 years old. Now they're older and they say, hey, you know what? We don't even have to go to school or do nothing. We can just create whatever we want online. They have an advantage. So therefore, in order to get up to speed, you always have to learn, ladies and gentlemen. You can't be shy about that. Now, as you get older, you realize, wait a minute, we want passive income. I don't want to be posting up stuff every day just to create the income, just like posting up videos on YouTube just to get the monetization. You want to be able to post up and it's doing passive income. That's the idea. This is why we talk pre-construction real estate from the Dominican Republic, from Mexico. It doesn't really matter. From Asia, it doesn't matter. Right? You're locking in a price, then you use Airbnb or some other platform to rent it out. And now you're making money because you bought it so low. All right. That's one way to do it. But there's several things that you can do within the organization of saying, hey, I want to do Airbnb. Some people don't think. They're like, wait, doesn't people need for cleaning Airbnb? That's correct. Maybe somebody needs management for Airbnb. That's correct. Maybe somebody needs to drive people around. That's correct. So there's all these offshoots that you can go to and create another sub business of the business. People don't think like that. They're thinking, hey, I better go to school. You know why? Because it's not rigged against me. But like I said, you're here in the SSN Nation. Hopefully you understand it is. All right. Curtis Davis. Let's see. Cost of entry. How? Right. Exactly. Exactly. They upped the cost of entry. Some of you may be old enough to remember all it was go to school, get a trade. You would have a job that would last 20, 30 years. Go to school, get a degree. You would have a nice 20, 25-year job, retire, 30-year job, retire, you're good. That's over. You don't have enough jobs anymore that's going to have good, well-paying jobs where one person gets to stay at home. Them days are over, ladies and gentlemen, unless you're one of the 60,003,000 millionaire billionaire class, or unless you're the 100,000 class. Because let's just face it, if you make $200,000 to $300,000 and up, you're good. If you do the right thing. Right? So all I'm saying is they want you to be poor. You're making it happen. And then you're trying to blame somebody else. How many of you, look, I'm a black guy in America, right? Black guy in America. We all know there's prejudices, right? So there's people out here going, oh man, they didn't want to hire me because they're prejudiced, racist, whatever the case may be, whatever terminology you want to use it. You're damn right they're going to be that way. Anytime somebody doesn't act like you, look like you look at them like you don't feel comfortable. That happens. Call it what it is. But here's the thing. It ain't 100%, because some people are actually looking for the person that is the best. Now, are you willing to be the best? This done turned it a little motivational. you're going to be the best? That's the question. You want to stay mediocre? Because you can't be mediocre and then turn around and say somebody didn't want to hire me because of, that's going to happen anyhow. You can be the best of the best and somebody's not going to hire you. But you don't have to put yourself in that position. Once you learn the skill set, then implement it. What are you afraid of? You're supposedly the best of the best. Then just go do what you need to do. Check out the YouTube channel because I have stuff where you can get your LLC, how it goes, like sunbiz.org, in a state that your LLC isn't charged any taxes. As long as you don't have a corporation, as long as you have an LLC, you don't pay state tax. How about that? Still got to pay federal, but you don't have to pay state. Sunbiz.org. That's all you have to go to, and you can get a $134, $135. You can start an LLC. So you have no reason. You want an Opus virtual office? You don't want to have your LLC work out of your house. You want to have a virtual office. So you get Opus virtual office. The links are down below, not for sunbiz.org. All right. But that's the whole thing, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Eric, check out the latest news in debt box. It's having to do with V-Box hosting announcement. Okay. Thank you so much, Laverne Penix, because we have a debt box situation. This is another company, ladies and gentlemen. So some of you are saying, hey, I want that Louis or that Gucci. I don't know brand names, quite frankly. Quite all I remember, like I said, in France, the only reason I keep using Louis is because when I'm there in France and it just cracks me up, they have a red carpet, they have ropes, they have 2 bouncers, and they're acting like it's a nightclub. They only let in X amount of people. It's hilarious to me. The first time I ever saw that, I just started busting up. What is this, a nightclub for Louis Vuitton? I was like, is this for real? Are they really doing this? You got people in there spending for a little bag this big, 7-8 inches across, $1,500, $1,000, because it looks pretty. I was like, is this a joke? Hey, but if you want to play that game, go ahead and play the game. Some of you might be looking at me right now going, man, he's hating. I make enough money. I don't really care about that. Okay, I'm just going to say this. Because you don't know what the future is going to bring, you're right. You make enough money right now. What if how you make money gets shut off? Ask yourself that. Because anytime the government thinks you're making too much money, they change the rules. Just like right now. They're trying to change it to where you have crypto use. If they do that, that means every time if you're on that crypto platform, they're going to know exactly how much money you make, which also means how much money you sent to somebody, how much money you received, and how much tax you're going to be paying. And you're going to be sitting there going, hey, wait a minute. This is for my business. And they're going to go, that's right. So what are you going to do? And you're like, what do you mean? They're like, well, there's a transaction. You received it. It's over $600 for personal. It's income coming in for business. Well, you better send us a tax return because otherwise we're going to say all the money coming in is taxable. You're not going to be able to get away with any deviations. They're just going to go, okay, well, you put your stuff in, you made $300,000 a year. Where's our 75? Where's our 80? Where's our 100? So if you don't have records and you didn't go see an accountant, you're going to have problems. And they're designing it this way because they're also going to be able to come in and take your stuff like we're in China. China does this type of stuff. You go jaywalking in China, the cameras see you. Your jaywalking ticket is taken out of your account without your approval. All right? This is where we're headed, ladies and gentlemen. Don't act dumb 2 years from now. I'll still be here. Don't act crazy when I mention this because they're going to implement that CDBC nonsense. All right. Thank you so much, Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool. I appreciate that. Kamal C. writes in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream. And thank you so much, Kamal C. Wright. Very nice seeing you once again. And he says, you speak nothing but the truth. I appreciate it, Kamal, because again, money never sleeps. But whose money isn't sleeping? You give your money to a bank, guess what? Your money ain't sleeping. They're already using it. You go out here and buy a house. That piece of paper, once you sign off on it, that's a derivative. That money, you're thinking it's just a piece of paper. They're like, hey, this guy just bought a house for $700,000. They're going, how many of these did we sell today? We sold 20 of them. Wait, did you say 20? That's $14 million. That's right. Then they go to Wall Street hedge fund guys and say, hey, man, you want to earn 10% on your money? And they're like, how do I do that? How about 20% on your money? How do I do that? Okay, this is worth $14 million, all these homes. We want $10 million. And they're like, yeah, that's 20% roughly. That's better than 5% that we can do in REITs. And we have the asset too. If a person defaults, we actually get to keep the house. Hell yeah, we'll give you the 10 mil. See, ladies and gentlemen, money never sleeps while you're sleeping out here buying liabilities. All right. Thank you so much. Kamal C. Wright, thank you so much for the donation, the $5 donation here. I humbly appreciate that. Thank you so much for your support. Again, thank you. Much appreciated. All right, ladies and gentlemen, how do you like this tonight? I'm feeling much better. It's a go sign. It's the end of the year. They're trying to lock you in and go out here and buy gifts, presents, spend all that money. Why? Hey, kids, don't force your parents to spend money. Here's what the kids should do. I know kids aren't watching. I can see the stats in the back office. But just in case a kid stumbles upon the channel, when you're a kid, what you should be doing is you don't want the PS5. You don't want the Jordans or whatever tennis shoes, the hottest of the day. You don't want that hot stuff that costs hundreds of dollars that are liabilities. What you want to say is, hey, mom and dad, you were going to buy me that PS5, right? How about this? Why don't you guys just go down and get me one of these I bonds for 6% while I'm 8 years old, while I'm 6 years old? Why don't you go down and get me a treasury bill at 4.3%? Spend that 300 on that, and I'll see what happens at the end of 18 years or 17 or 15 years or whatever the hell may be. Get used to it. Or let me go down here and buy some electric vehicle stocks for me. Yeah, it's going to have to be a joint account. Your parents can do that, ladies and gentlemen. You can do that. You can be custodian for your child's account. You can go down here and get some EV stocks, or you can go down here and get some dividend stocks. You can buy yourself some Apples, some Jeppies, JEPI, JP Morgan, who will be around for 20, 30 years, and earning 10, 12% on the money you put in for 10, 12, 13, 14 years, and do nothing. You'll also increase with more stock, more money, and think about it. Parents, you're here. Think about it. That's what you can do. All right? Don't let them lock you in buying these liabilities that now, a year from now, they're going to go, I need the PS6. I need the PS7. I need the Nintendo 8 or whatever the hell these things are these days. No education, no nothing but buy. So get something that gives a little education, get a little financial knowledge, because by the time you're 17, nobody has financial knowledge because they're trying to teach you. It's rigged, as Victor Marrero has said. Of course, they're not going to teach you financial literacy when you're 5, 6, 10, 12, 15, 17, 18. It's by design. Now, what do the rich kids get taught? You're sitting at the dinner table. Hey, kids, we're forming a trust fund. We're putting these assets in this trust fund that I control, and I have a trust fund for you, Johnny, you, Mike, and you, Lisa. And we're just putting in $4,000 or $5,000, and we're buying some of these dividend stocks. You know, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. You know, just to put some few thousand in there while you guys are 5, 8, 7. Who knows what will happen in 20 years? But at least we started. And nobody can take it away from you if something happens to us. It's locked until you're 21 or 25. You got to go to school, though. You put enough money in there, bought enough stuff where you're going to be able to afford college. See what I'm saying? Much different conversation than some people who sitting at the table talking about, hey, get me that object that gives me no return. When am I going to get that car? When am I going to get them shoes? When am I going to get all this other stuff? Basketball, footballs, whatever the case may be. Not thinking that you're going to have to make money. And by the way, children and parents, you may not outlive your children. Just keep this in mind. You never know when it's exit time as a parent. So you want to make sure that your kids are going to have a way to, at least you want to try and leave them something. All right, here we go. Eric, do you have any info on employee retention credit for businesses? No, I don't. You mean like the PPP type stuff? Unfortunately, come all see right, I do not, because I don't have employees. And the other thing is, when governments offer something, I really don't like to pounce on them unless they give me the stipulation that there's no payback. And the employee retention credit could be, but I've never dealt with that. So again, that's almost like the PPP loan, what that was set up for. And then of course it got waived, but we knew that was going to get waived because they gave 80% of it to the wealthy. So you knew it was going to be waived for some people. But no, unfortunately, Kamal C. Wright, employee retention credit, I don't know anything about that. I know a lot of stuff, but maybe someone else here might know about it because the SSN Nation have people that are well skilled. Cost of rent high, cars high, food high, $1,500 a month, 30K car, inflation, food, 1 gallon milk, $9. Exactly. That's exactly what we're dealing with. When somebody retired 10 years ago, did you really think they were going to see this? They're like living in these nice apartments, $800 a month. They're sitting there going, oh, hell, man, I got like $3,000 a month coming in. I can stay here forever. I like this. It's on the lake and everything is within walking distance. This is beautiful. I guess I don't even need to buy a house. This is all good. Next thing they know, they're like, what do you mean my rent is $1,800 a month? What are you saying? I only get $3,000. That's right, sir. You're going to have to move. You don't make 3 times the amount anymore. What? Wait, I'm 65. What are you talking about? Sorry, sir. You don't want to be in that scenario, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay. Here we go. Yes, the trust. Money's protected better than a will or insurance payout. In my opinion, exactly. So all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, they want you poor. This is why they're not giving you the tools early. You get to find out all these tools later when you're like, wait, what about these trusts? What about this dividend investment? What's this stock? You're sitting there in disbelief, like, wait a minute, what people are making money from stocks, piece of paper that doesn't even exist, thin air? Yes. People making money from real estate? I thought you just buy a house. That's right. For you buy a house. For investors, they want you to buy a house from them where they get to make the money. You have to think as an investor, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, from this moment forward, do not sleep on any opportunities that you deem are safe enough for you to invest in, because they're shutting it down where ordinary citizens are going to be doing things from their own businesses. They're going to change rules. Oh, you guys are probably looking at me like, Eric, man, you're getting a little bit dramatic. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to tell you again, I've been in the federal, caught up with their bullshit. All right. This is why I'm doing the channel partly too, because these guys change the rules when you catch them. When you make money off of their BS, all of a sudden they want to label you as something else when in fact they're the ones doing all the dirt. But they don't want you to win, so they'll change the rules. They'll take your money at the bank. And then they'll say somebody else opened up another account and we can't get your money back. Happened. Real. Some people that's going to watch this later, they're going to be like, damn, wait, you mean they've been taking people's money this whole time? That's right. I'm trying to tell you. There's ways they do things. So again, get yourself in order, get it going, and don't sit back here blaming someone else saying I couldn't do it when all you had to spend was 140, 150 bucks. And unfortunately, unless you live in Cali, your LLC might cost you a little more than that. But just to get started, every state pretty much other than Cali, and there might be one other, you can get in for under $200. Start your LLC the proper way, get an accountant. There's a lady on the channel who's an advocate for helping people. Search the tax attorney. All right. She came on, did a live stream. You can send her emails. She'll help you out, get you a little setup, help you out if you owe taxes as well. So all I'm saying is we try to set you up for success. Now, smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We're 1 hour in. And the trust money. Come on, see right. Let's see what we have. He says, thanks, Eric. Well, I appreciate that. I think we may have some answers for you. The new ERC plan, only for businesses that went in the red debt to keep biz open 20 through 21. The Democrat way of repaying biz owners. I like it. I like it. I didn't know about this. This is pretty cool. I like this. So you're saying this is mom and pops? Or, okay, you guys know what's going to happen here. You know, just like before, you know, the Los Angeles Lakers getting PPP, Kanye getting PPP, Maroon 5 PPP, Gordon, what do you call the steakhouse? It's not Gordon's. It's I can't remember. It starts with an M. A 5-star steakhouse, Morton's, PPP. You know. So here we go again. So you know who's going to jump in this. The rich are going to try and get some free money because, hell, their tax cut and tax breaks ain't good enough. Their subsidies they receive for their corporations, that ain't good enough. So in the mom and pop businesses, they get a little debt relief. Oh, no, they got to grab that too. But you're going to have to go for it, ladies and gentlemen. And this is a new plan. So Kamal Seawright, thank you so much for asking about it. So that means I'm going to do some research and there may be a video coming out in the next 3-4 days about it. All right. Once I find out what this is all about, but you know, I'm very skeptical of any government plans because ultimately it's almost like a setup. That's what I always look at it. That's why I never talked other than the EIDL loan. I didn't talk PPP because I knew what they were going to do. They know what's going to happen. Some people are going to say, yeah, I have 5 people working for me. They're going to get like $50,000, $150,000. Then the government's going to come and check on them, even though other people got theirs forgiven. No check on them. No worries that an island, the richest island in Florida, somehow 70-80% of the island has PPP loans. The richest zip code in Florida. Go figure. But no problems for them. But we're going to come over here where these guys are saying, hey, I want my 150, 400,000, $1 million, and I'm misspending it. Yes. So they get to go to jail. The other guys who got their millions of dollars, who somehow didn't need the million, but qualified, they get to keep the mill, no problems. This is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. The system is rigged, just like Victor Marrero keeps saying. All right, here we go. Here we go. Vanessa Gates in the house. The seamless genius is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Monday live stream with the icon next to her name and says, hey, boss and SSN fam. Hello to you. Very nice to see you, Vanessa Gate. And she brought it up. I didn't see it, but more Steakhouse is correct. That's who I was thinking of. The RC credit up to 800,000. But if you had 10 employees before, oh, you need to keep staff. Get a loan for 800. Okay. All right. See, Curtis Davis, just tell me one thing. Please tell me this isn't a loan factor. Because once again, they want to lock you up. Make sure you're going to have an IOU. And again, I will not talk. Well, I'll do a short thing about don't do it because once again, you're in business. Most businesses have very small profits. Okay. So anytime you say, okay, I make $10,000 per month, but I really only net $3,500, let's say. You go out here and get a loan. And they say one of the stipulations is you got to pay us. It doesn't matter. Let's just say 1% and you got a $500,000 loan. Well, next thing you know, your $3,500 is cut down to $3,000. $2,800 potentially, depending on what the loan rates are. You're thinking it's good because you got this lump sum up at the beginning. You're thinking that you're going to be dirty, let's say, like the top 10 percenters do and file bankruptcy after you got loans. I guarantee you they're going to have stipulations on this and you're going to find yourself in a law. All right. They don't play when it comes to this type of maneuvering. So if there is a loan that's attached to this ERC credit, all I can tell you right now is don't do it. because your profits are going to be siphoned off, and you need your profits more than you need a loan. You might say, Eric, I could use $100,000. Well, therein lies the situation. If you can use 100,000, that just tells you you aren't making enough profit. And if you need that kind of money, then that's all you need to know. You shouldn't need any money if your business is profitable. So if you think you're going to borrow money and your business isn't profitable and somehow pay it, that's a pipe dream. And trying to figure out, oh yeah, if I had this extra $150,000, I'll be able to make this money. You cannot guarantee that either. The world changes. You never know what's going to happen. All right. Don't get caught up, ladies and gentlemen. They like catching people up. Remember, the PPP came out, the EIDL came out, where the first 10,000 was forgiven. But there's other people that took an EIDL where they got a loan, and it wasn't no freaking 1%. Some people have 4%, 5%, 6% EIDL loans, and they borrowed $100,000. Some people, again, they're going to sit there and say, Eric, that's $5,000 a year. I only have to pay $450 or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but that's profit going out every month, and you're paying interest on it. You didn't need it if you can pay it. You should have just did the slow road instead of worrying about trying to do a shortcut. Because now if you default on this, now you're going to find yourself in some other hot water. And that's what they're trying to do. It's a trap as far as I'm concerned. All right, CP. And it's a trap for small biz, but a loophole for top 10. Exactly. That's what's going to happen. Here we go. Vanessa Comagate probably knows about this too. Yep, I know about the ERC. Slow to pay. It is a trap. See? There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, see, right? I told you, we got people that have skills here and have knowledge and information. That's what we got to love about the SSN Nation. So Vanessa Comagate's been doing this, actually, by the way. She helps people with loans and all this as well. And she does this in different varieties of ways, but this is up her alley as well. Curtis Davis does that and helps people out as well. So all this information, these guys pretty much know because they've heard of it and probably have seen it. So this advice does not shock me because I know it's a trap. Anytime the government says we're going to loan you money, it's a trap as far as I'm concerned. I don't really care. I'm like, no, thank you. Sorry, ain't going to happen. Thank you, Vanessa Comagate. There you go. Must have your payroll taxes for each employee. There you go. And see right here, ladies and gentlemen. So look, you know what's going to happen. People are going to actually say they have employees. They're going to try and get this loan. They're going to put in people's, let's just say, wrong information. Then the government comes calling going, hey, this Social Security number doesn't show any payroll taxes sent in for this for the last year. And now all of a sudden, if you get some money and use it, and then you can't provide all this stuff, you're going to find yourself in hot water. All right. This is how they do you, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I'm saying. That's the way I view it. It's not a loan. It's not stated like the PPP. Oh, you have to qualify. Okay. So you do have to send in. FYI, I have someone who helps people build up their LLCs with net 30s. There you go. All right. Well, Vanessa Comagate knows here in the SSN Nation, we try to help people too. So all you have to do is search the channel, look up business credit. And my favorite, go check out business credit, and not down below this video, but below the business credit video, you'll see links. And one of my favorite is NAV, because once you sign up your business with NAV, then they send you offers sometimes so that you'll qualify. That's kind of cool. The net 30s, yes, that does help out, but you'll be able to get A to B sometimes. You'll be able to get some other type of business credit added on along with the net 30s. And now it's bingo. You're all set to go. All right. Here we go. Vanessa, it's going down. Yep, it's going down. Yes, hot water is right, boss. Don't fool with it unless your business is legit with records. There we go. And you know what's going to happen here in America, just like around the world. People are going to be putting in false information, fudging the numbers. And the government is doing this on purpose. Because remember, how can I say this? I'll just say it. So if you're a country and you know you have 350 million citizens, and out of the 350 million citizens, you know you can only make put a nice wage for about 100 to 125 million people. I need as many people as possible removed off the street, off the workforce. How do I do that? I come out with this nonsense, PPPs, EIDLs, now this ERCs, because I know I'm going to have millions of people and I'll be able to grab hundreds of thousands of them and put them behind bars. And that also means when they do background checks trying to get a real job, they can't get that job. So now you're off the board. You're going to have to start your own business anyhow. That's their playbooks. That's some of the stuff they do, ladies and gentlemen. All right. You can only employ 100. I'll even round up to 150. The other 200, 250 people, there's not jobs available for a living wage. Go work at McDonald's, go work at Chick-fil-A, whatever the hell may be. I don't know. But the point is there's not livable wage jobs for the other people. So now 2 people in the household has to work at these jobs paying under $20 per hour. And that deteriorates the family because now where's the kids stay when the parents are working? The nanny, the en Pierre, right? Okay, Chili Davis is correct. Well, there you go. Come on, see, right? You came to the right area. People already know about it. People already know. Chili Davis, correct. Another option to beat inflation is taking the mighty dollar to the DR. That's right. Certain countries in Europe or something like Thailand, there you go. He's got that right. Once again, it costs less in other countries. And you know what's pretty interesting? In other countries, because you have situations where the interest rates are different, you could find yourself in interesting scenarios where you could be in another country like DR and get an interest on your money of 6-7% in a bank, right? It's funny as hell, but most people don't go international routes. They don't think about, hey, I can have my money. I'll tell you guys, well, I have another story. I have another story. So I go to Australia a long time ago, and I'm down under, and I go to the bank. The guy at the bank, he says, what can I help you with? Well, whenever I go out the country, I always get a bank account. He proceeds to tell me, oh, this is good. You're a United States citizen. This is great. We got 14.5% interest rate for you. I said, excuse me? He goes, right, 14.5%. I said, okay, I'm not putting it in stocks at the bank. He goes, exactly. Your checking or savings, I can't remember, I got both, but whatever he said, 14.5%. And I'm sitting there like, is this for real? I couldn't believe it. 14.5%, ladies and gentlemen, outside the country. I'm not saying that's what it is now. Haven't been over there in a few years. But all I'm saying is that's what happened when I went there. And that's when I didn't even realize all the countries I went to. I go to the bank. They never talk about, I don't really care about whatever it is because I'm thinking in USA. Okay, what is it? 4%, 3%, 0%, whatever. This time, the guy got my attention when he said 14.5. I was like, what? Hell yeah. And I'll be sending some money down here. He's like, hell yeah. I'm like, hell yeah. We're new best friends now. I said, that's what I'm doing. And he's like, right on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there goes another storyline for you. Vanessa records that any business, but you miss one form of documentation, you're caught up. There you go. There you go, right there. That's exactly right, Mr. Cohall Facts, a.k.a. Mr. Truth. Thank you so much, Curtis Davis. Chili Davis, go check out his channel, ladies and gentlemen. Show him some love. Some people don't like to build their biz. We do it for them. Net 30, store, cards, etc. Oh, okay. Vanessa Comagate, one of her other businesses, ladies and gentlemen. She makes it happen. That's why she's the seamless genius, making that passive residual income come through the doors. Old school, New York hoodlums, 3 hit and a cot, winter months. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's it. It's not worth it. That's right, Curtis Davis. It's not worth it. I agree with you. I already knew. Once you guys started talking about it, I always think they're trash because as soon as you put in it's a loan thing, I'm like, okay, forget that. Yes, money or cash arbitrage at Victor. Exactly. All right, Victor Marrero, speaking banks. All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So they want you to be poor is the name of this headline. Some of you might have seen videos about that before, where they go, look, let's just cut with this nonsense, right? I'll give you a story because now I'm going to play rich dad, poor dad, right? Me and my rich dad, we're at a party with all the rich people. And I'm standing there and I listen to them and they're saying, yeah, we want to keep everybody poor. All right. So I'm listening to it and I'm going, rich dad, why are they talking like this? Because they actually are trying to keep you, me, and everyone poor. So now I go down to my poor dad. He just happens to be Eric Bird. And he says, Dad, the rich guys were talking at the party and they were saying that they're trying to keep us poor. And the poor dad said, son, you woke up today. You have a roof over your head. You have food on the table. You have a place to stay, live, feed yourself, and not rely on somebody else. Please tell me, do you know the difference between rich and poor yet? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's not always about what you perceive as rich. Rich is when you don't have to rely on somebody else and you have an ecosystem that you can actually bring into your domains. It's that simple. All right. So how you like that little switch up on this rich dad, poor dad nonsense? But it's not nonsense because you went down and saw the poor dad, Eric, and he explained, I don't need the 5,000 square foot house. I don't need the fancy cars. But son, ever since you've been born, you're 20 years old. You've had a roof over your head, food on the table. We have cars in the driveway that you've been able to use. We have everything here, clothes on your back. What's the problem? Oh, wait, my friends, they have all this stuff. Oh, see, now you have a problem. Sorry, this is poor dad, or you can go hang out with rich dad and you can stay in that matrix over there, but we'll be sitting here, son. So when you're 40 years old, we'll still be here. We'll still have all this stuff. You're always welcome back. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So here we go. 14% Australia. Love it. Yes, that was a long time ago. But all I'm saying is you just never know. In the DR, they're doing loans of 10, 11%. So they could actually have savings accounts of 6, 7% right now. Curtis Davis. Wow, really? Vanessa Comagate, I was given a story when I went to Australia and I would go to the bank because everywhere I go to a country, I always go to the bank to see if they'll let a U.S. citizen get a bank account. Because I have no faith in the United States government. Let's just call it what it is. That's what it is. They'll shut down in a heartbeat. So I want to have access to funds when I can come and go when I want. I have a card outside of the country, or if I leave the country, I can get my money off. All I'm saying. All right. Vanessa Comagate from Victor Marrero. No, I was talking living outside the USA for a while. There are thousands of Americans as expats in low-cost countries saving tons of money, but more importantly, living life. Exactly, Victor Marrero. Exactly. Once you start changing your mindset, you start realizing, wait a minute, why am I out here going for the struggle? I could just be sitting there making $3,000 a month if I decide to lower my lifestyle a little bit. But is it really lowering your lifestyle when you're being able to do whatever you want every day and living comfortably? You're not living in a bad neighborhood. You're not being threatened. You can walk down the street. You can do anything you want. That seems like a pretty good life to me. All right. I don't know. Victor Marrero. Oh, absolute facts. Appreciate the knowledge. Thanks, family. There you go. Kamal C. Right. Thank you for asking the question, because there may be other people here who didn't know about this ERC and may be tempted to go down that path. Now, everybody who's straight, you like Vanessa Comagate said, and Chili Davis, be straight up legitimate. Don't try to fudge anything. They'll come back and get you. This is a whole setup. All right. Straight up. I guarantee you, they're trying to eliminate people that can get jobs because you don't have enough jobs in America. That's just the way it is, man. I got news for you. Time for you guys to fly. All right, 1 hour, 41 minutes in. Please smash the like button. I did want to get into something more tonight, but I can't stay on much longer because I'm a little tired. All right. Normally we'd keep going in case you're new here, but the debt box node is another opportunity. Oil, gold, silver, a scanner system, satellite scanner system that can find oil, natural gas, water, gold, silver, platinum, rhodium underground from space. They have the technology. They're building their own satellite, going to come out in Q1, and they have a deal where they sell the time to scan, and they make partnership deals with the oil companies, exploration companies. They might get 2 or 3 or 4%, and then they turn around and buy the tokens. Every license is actually a token. They buy the token and then they burn them. It's beautiful. All right. Just to let you guys know, that's how it works. So that's an opportunity. Debt box node, you can go search for it. So here's what I'm going to do. Let's see here. We have someone, Laverne Penix, Victor. I'm taking a hard look at Spain. Laverne Penix, I have nothing bad to say about Spain. And I don't believe many people do. So I would be taking a hard look at Spain as well. It's in the EU. In fact, I just call it what it is. I have no problem with the EU, period, other than the weather. But for the most part, but I love the EU. Different countries. Everybody doesn't need a passport once you're in the EU. You can just go to all these different countries, all different civilizations, all different ways of life. And you find out civilizations are thousands of years old and they do things different than this 300-year-old country. Much different. So all I'm going to say about that. But good luck with your search, Laverne Penix. I can't say that's a bad thing. People looking at Spain, Portugal, even France still. Germany, I mean, sky's the limit. And why? Because they give people opportunities. They don't stifle new technologies that come out. They have laws, but they're trying to get people to work. Because in Europe, a lot of people don't have the upward mobility. All right. They have an oligarch situation as well. So most people make what they make in America. America's nothing special. Most people in America make $35,000, $45,000, $50,000 a year. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in Europe. It's not like everybody's making $100,000 in Europe, and it ain't like everybody's making $100,000 a year here in America. Same thing. They did the same thing that America has done. They reduced interest rates down to, well, they went negative. So that means the Wall Street types and the banks, they were able to borrow money at 0%. So at 0%, that means we don't really care what the price is. We'll just buy it. So therefore, they went out and bought homes, cities, blocks, because they don't owe any interest. So now people had to move out to the countryside. And in this case, I'm referring to like the UK. I'm referring to like Switzerland's, and a lot of this happened in the EU. Because all the countries said, oh, yeah, we're just going to go to negative interest rates, which was death knell for the middle class. Same thing in America. So don't be caught, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That makes 2 of us planning to make a move next year. I'm looking at Valencia, Barcelona, Malaga, also considering Portugal. I'm researching the tax situation and visa. There you go, Victor Marrero, Laverne Penix. You guys might all find ourselves in around the world. Right. So next year, this time, people might be going, Eric, where you at? I might be over in Europe doing late night lives, but it'll be same time here. Early morning, rather, lives. You guys might be going, what time is it? Oh, it's 4 a.m., 5 a.m. All right, let's roll. But all I'm saying is leave your options open, ladies and gentlemen. That is key. That's how they won't be able to keep you poor, is when you have options, right? So if you can leave the country and you can go work somewhere else, they can't block you. The other country can block you because then they're going to say, hey, You might have to leave after 60 days or 90 days or 120, whatever the rules are. So then you say, I got a job. Or you say, I bought some property. Or you say, I'm involved with a business venture that's over here. They'll be like, oh, wait, you invested in our country? Oh, hold on. We'll set this aside for a second, ladies and gentlemen. We got to check this visa situation out. Maybe we can work it for him. You know, everything is open. But when you invest in other countries, they look at you differently. That's just straight up. All right. Laverne Pennick says, oh, he was hanging out. Malaga. I was looking. Malaga. See, this just brings into new play, right? We have to. I mess with Mr. Cool all the time because he brings up some very interesting. Oh wait, what is this? Okay, let's see. Malaga Villa, Marrero. I was looking to see. Do we have the Zillow stuff or what? We don't. Why are they saying that's not a good place to live? What the heck? Oh, okay. I was getting ready to take offense to this. So they do say it's one of the best cities to live in Spain. I was like, hold on a second. What do they mean? Is it a good place to live? Hell yeah, it's a good place to live. All right. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to do a little, I don't really want to show. Well, I'll just do it this way. All right. We'll just do it this way. We'll show a little love. We'll show a little love. So you guys who is in America and you think America is so far ahead of everybody, we're not. You're fooled. Lay down the history books. They're not true. All right? Lay down the history books. Here we go. This, yes, it's going to be pricey. It's at the top of the mountain. 3 million. Okay, let's get to something a little more reasonable. Okay, 3-bedroom, 445,000. All right. Ocean view. Okay. Here goes another duplex. 164. That's around 1,800 square feet. 2-bedroom, 3rd floor exterior with lift. Okay. Now it's starting to get pricey, just like in America. But this is just like LA. It's like you go to one of the nicest cities, you're going to have to pay, ladies and gentlemen. So this is just one of actually, these are one of the better prices. La Goleta. Let's see. So we're looking at 300, 400,000, reasonable 1-bedrooms or something. But again, it's Spain. It's one of the best cities in Spain that you can hang out in. 3-bedroom, 325,000, 78 square meters. That's only around 900 square feet. Near university. So again, this is just, it's not even a real, I don't really like looking at this because it's giving me prices that I would not deal with. So I just want to show what we're talking about here so people would understand why here in the SSN Nation, people use their heads. They're like, wait a minute, can my dollar go further in another country? Yes, it can. Depends on which one. And can I stay there for how long? And Mr. and Mrs. Cool can stay in Spain because I believe one of them's from Spain. So there should be some way to make it happen, especially Spain. Absolutely. I'm looking to do biz outside the USA. There you go. Always have to do it. Hey, that's one of the things right there. If you can do biz outside the United States, that's how we got to do it. That's why the cash flow NFT situation is very, very cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I was going to show the debt box node. I'm going to show, this is what I like. I like this little video. In fact, I'm going to do this video where they're walking. This is one of my favorite ones when they're in Ghana, and it's not long enough, but hey, it is what it is. 2 minutes and 41 seconds, where one of the co-founders is talking about the agriculture, the gold, and other natural resources there that they're going to be able to extract from the ground, and crypto is going to be backed by these commodities. And so whoever has one of these licenses, they'll be actually making money for up to 10 years, receiving royalties, so to speak, because what they're doing is they use the profit, they buy the tokens, burn all the tokens they buy on the open market. So that reduces the supply, and people are going to want these. So that's how it's working so far. So I'm going to play this video right here. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen.
So we are here in Tamale, and we are out in the farmland, and this is the land that debt supports with our grow token.
Correct.
So how does debt directly support these different farmers? How does that tie together?
So right now, this is equivalent to about 25,000 acres of property. They have capped out. They are the only organically certified farms in all of Ghana. So the export for soy and sunflower seeds and some of the other crops, they can start expanding through, but they don't have the property to do so. So Grow will come in and help with infrastructure. Grow will come in and purchase another 10,000 acres of property here and bring in more heavy equipment and build at least 3 more processing facilities for that 10,000 acres. That will allow them to basically put on more workers and increase the revenues coming through. Those more revenues, we get more royalties for it. Those royalties then go to the co-op, and we basically get paid from the co-op.
One of the things that I've been the most fascinated about is, we talk about debt. Debt stands for decentralized, eco-friendly blockchain technology. And I don't think that we understand the E part of how much they're doing environmentally here in Africa. I mean, you guys are rooted here.
Very much.
And truly making a difference in these communities. I don't think that people realize that by buying a grow license or buying many of our Explorer licenses or any of the projects, they really are supporting Africa and the communities and the people through employment, thousands of jobs.
Tens of thousands.
Tens of thousands.
Yes, our goal is for the year of 2023 is that we'll actually support 10,000 jobs alone here in Ghana. That's going to be not only for the grow, that's about 3,500 jobs, but for silver and gold, it's about another 3,000 jobs, and the rest of it will basically be going into the aluminum and the oil and gas sector here. But 10,000 jobs total will be goal. I believe we'll exceed that probably by June or July at the current pace. But there's always opportunities to expand here in Africa. It's one of the richest countries still in the world, and there's so much opportunity here, not only to expand debt box, but also expand the way people live and giving back.
It's beautiful. Show you around here real quickly. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Give you just a tour of where we are at.
Give us a quick 10 seconds of what we're looking at.
Beautiful.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a quick overview of what happens in Ghana, and all those were licenses. So when he talks grow, that's agriculture, that's a license, that's $2,500. When he talked about gold, that's a DLG, that license is $1,500. Silver license is going to be coming out. When he talked about oil and gas and natural gas, that's coming out. So again, Opportunity Knox is called IX Global, is where you can buy the actual wholesale price for these. We also have the SSN Lifestyle group opportunity. Once again, we have the 2250 XPLR. That's the scanner system, so they can scan Ghana, and that's how they found the oil, the gold. They also found iron ore. That opens up other opportunities. And oil, water, natural gas, gold, silver, platinum, all of that underground from the scan system. And any other exploration company is going to rent from them. So that means there's going to be revenue coming in all the time. There's only one person on the planet that has this technology. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. So that means it's almost a wrap. Time for me to go. All right. But IX Global down below, if you want to buy the debt box yourself. And again, you have opportunities. Search the channel for debt box node, and you'll see many videos. And you'll see the guy, Travis, you'll probably pop up on that one of his videos on our channel. I have a couple of Zoom calls he did, and I recorded them and left them on the live stream on the channel. And there's other things as well that you'll find out. And you have an opportunity to get in on the XPLR group opportunity. And I don't know how much we're on that one. I think we're 2,000 is left on that one. 1,500 is left on the cash flow NFT. And 2,000 or 1,750 maybe left on the XPLR. So either way, you don't, if you want to just get a piece, then you can get in on the SSN Lifestyle. The links are down below. So that'll help you out as well. And then we're going to wrap this up. Here we go. Vanessa, I'm glad they will bring jobs there as well as participation in the debt box program. Exactly. That's what got it. I was like, man, I love what he's doing. That's what I'm talking about. So now the only question is how much you paying them, right? But either way, any jobs that are paying is worthwhile in Ghana, much needed. And they're planning on doing 10,000 jobs. That could uplift a country. Seriously. All right. So that's pretty serious. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're 2 hours in. I'm going to have to end this tonight, but please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you like what we're talking about, and tell other people about this because they want to keep you poor and they think they're winning. You're not winning because guess what? You have to come back to the well to drink. Even if you're in business and you're winning right now, you still have to generate revenue. If you don't have it passively or some sort of residually coming in, you're still going to have to go back to the well and reinvent yourself. This is why businesses fail at a high rate, because 2, 3, 4 years later, the economy has changed. And at one time you were making all this money and then it started shrinking because things started moving a different direction. So that's why you want to set yourself up into one of these licenses, for instance, where it doesn't have nothing to do with that, because all of these precious metals are always going to be used all over the world. And that helps out for the debt box node. And then the cash flow NFT, these are actual Miracle Cash and More stores, which are licensed and regulated in the country that the NFT is in. So that gives you, and they have a 4 year, and during the 4th and 5th year, they're doing an exit plan. They plan on selling the whole company. So all NFT holders are going to share in the profit. How sweet is that? All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for being here. And please let everybody know. Come here Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And I want to tell you, I love you. Thank you so much for your support. Kamal C. Wright, thank you so much for that donation. I humbly appreciate that. And everybody that has the icon as a member of the channel, thank you so much for your financial support as well. And everybody that's a subscriber and a new subscriber and new person watching, thank you so much. But let other people know. Again, silence is not golden in this case. Let other people know what's coming down the pike, because otherwise they're going to be caught off guard. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, and that's why we represent. Stop struggling now. We represent. We try to get you more money in your pocket, passively, residually, some other way, even though old-fashioned business works too. We're all for all of that. So get with the program, otherwise get left behind. And I've been talking about this for over 4 years. So generally, you only have an excuse if you just showed up in the last 6 months. Everybody else, you've heard about this for a long time. And here we are. Okay. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.